and welcome to DESC. I was hoping you might start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and your background.
I grew up in Dubai, so I was born in Essex. I left there when I was 9, grew up in Dubai. I went to Wellington International School and then I came to DESC for sixth form. Throughout living here, I trained at multiple theatre schools outside of school, so the likes of Diverse, Kids Theatre Works, Haley's Comet Impact, and when I was at sixth form here, I went to DPA. When I left school, I went to the Oxford School of Drama for the foundation. I reapplied and I was very lucky and got into the 3-year course there. So I'm now in my final year. I'm still in Oxford, but we're moving to London in April, where we're going to do some R&Ds and we're going to do our West End shows. So it's very exciting, really scary.
Can you tell us a little bit about your time when you were at DESC, spending your year?
I had a really nice time. I spent a lot of my time in the theatre department, a lot of time reading up on new material that I could be using. I really enjoyed all the practical work of doing A-level drama, and I actually really enjoyed the coursework as well, because I did English literature at the time and I was struggling with that quite a lot, and I also did maths, which I loved, which is a weird combination, but here we are. But when it came to the essays for drama, I had a real interest in how people were acting, and it just made me curious as to what the difference is between what we were doing and what they were doing. And even when I left and when I started the foundation, I kind of went in being like, I back myself and I deserve to be here, but I'm going to go in thinking I know nothing so I can learn learn from the experience and not be arrogant and have a bit of an ego. So yeah.
Thank you very much. How have you settled into uni? I know you're obviously in your third year, so perhaps again reflecting back, how did you find your experience?
I mean, I had a big culture shock when I moved, because I moved to this little village called Tackley and I couldn't drive yet, and I was living in this old couple's house and I wasn't really around the other people, so I had a bit of a difficult time, I think, when I first moved there, but I loved the course so much that I didn't really mind the struggles and of moving to a completely different lifestyle altogether. When I joined first year, I lived in a house of 4 and it was just the best time, and I think being around, I'm a people person, so being around people really helped. And then second year I moved to Woodstock, which is where the drama school is, and it's a village, but it's really busy and it's near Blenheim Palace, so there's lots of tourists coming in, and it's only half an hour, 40 minutes from town on the bus, or 20 minutes in the car. So I work in Oxford town and I study in Woodstock and live in Woodstock. So, but I love it, and I'm excited to move to London as well, but I was at this anxious time. But exciting.
Is there anything that you've achieved or you find that you've been particularly successful at your time at university?
Oh my goodness. Yes. But I think one thing that, I mean, I love it how you said, have you achieved anything? I'm going to say, one thing I've struggled with is addressing my achievements. I think it's more of a confidence thing, and I think everyone goes through it at drama school, and it's more of a waves thing. It's not like suddenly you're confident, it goes up and down. But I think the first time that I realised, oh, I can actually do this as a career, was I played Clytemnestra in Agamemnon's Return, and we toured it, and I just remember, like, one of the tutors said to me, this is the standard, you're coming to rehearsal with the standard that we'd expect in the industry already. So, and I think that's when I was like, okay, I can actually do this now. And I think even our most recent project, we did the Laramie project, and it was all self-directed, so we had 2 directors in our year, and they did such an amazing job. And it was the first time I realised that it's not about me as an actor, like, it's about telling these stories, like, we're storytellers, and it's the stories are bigger than me being good at acting. And I think that's what I've now discovered, like, that's what's driving me through like wanting to do this as a career.
Very insightful. It's very modest. Could you share one standout highlight of your time at DESC?
Oh my goodness. I think when we did our Arto performance, because it was so scary. And the thing is, we didn't understand, like we'd listen to Arto and it's just awful to listen to, so we couldn't listen to it for like long periods of time, so we'd listen to 2 minutes and be like, okay, how do we move through that? And it became really shouty and weird. But I think towards the end of it, I loved how, I think we didn't realise how lucky we were to have the lighting, to have the departments, to have this set, and just all this help with everything. Like even the photographers coming in, even doing the workshops today, and you guys helping. You know, it creates a space and it creates a professional environment. And I think you don't realise that until you haven't got it anymore. But yeah, I loved that performance, and we had a really good group and we all got on really well, and I'm still really good friends with all of them, so it's great. Yeah.
What are your ambitions for the future then? You touched upon it, but what's the ideal?
Oh my goodness. I think when people always ask me, what kind of acting do you want to do? And I'm like, any of it, just give it to me. But I think my ambition is to be a working actor enough for me not to have a side hustle, basically. And I think the work that I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm telling different stories. So I'm doing something that's dystopian, that's out of this world, that reflects on our society, but then I'm doing something that's really funny and careless, and you know, doing opposite sides of the spectrum and making sure that I'm touching on everything to make sure that I'm staying creative. But yeah, I think I would love to come and work in Dubai for a bit as well. I think all through drama school I've been saying I want to open a drama school in Dubai, and but I think realistically I do want to work in the UK for a bit, and especially I'd love to work with BBC and ITV and do some Netflix stuff, I think. And I think the way that my acting style is, I will probably end up going down a TV film route. But equally, I've grown up doing theatre, so I'll always have a place for it. So, yeah.
And finally, any advice for our current students going on to follow in your footsteps?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I think I touched upon it in the workshops with them today especially, but being your authentic self, because you have a unique selling point and no one else can be you. But if you're trying to be like someone else, then they would be able to do it better than you because they're that person, you're not that person. And knowing what your unique selling point is, knowing who you are and going in and being yourself, and not being afraid to make a fool of yourself, you know, being bold when you go into auditions is so important. And I think as well, make sure that you want to go to that school and you're not just going because it's a big name or it's a drama school and you haven't got in anywhere else. Like, if you need to take another year out, it's okay. People, you know, the average age to get into drama school is 23, 24. So getting in young is an accomplishment, but equally, a lot of people aren't ready when they're 18, and it's okay. Like, that doesn't mean you're not mature. It just means that at that point in your life, you need to do something else. And especially after my foundation, I did a lot of just trust the universe, because it was difficult times with COVID and everything, and I was like, just trust the universe, because whatever path I end up taking will take me where I need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be right now, and everyone is, you know. So yeah.
Matt, lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.